If
Thank
none,
you,
then
David.
we'll
And
wrap
Jay,
it up.
just a couple of quick comments on the cases and some of the implications. In no particular order, I'm just going to start with concept and that. And I think one of the takeaways from that, again, is specifically when the judge referenced Suitor development, where he talks about the newness of a product is not sufficient for demonstrating technological advancement. So again, it's an important distinction that many would-be claimants make an error. I mean, the judge pointed out, and another key significant, recognizing the difference between technological constraints versus actual technological uncertainties. So there were constraints, difficulties, incompatibilities, and limitations, but they did not encounter any technological uncertainty. I think a lot of the comments that have been made are great from the initial standpoint of the initial write-ups for the various cases. With one of the cases, in fact, after the write-up, obviously when it went to being reviewed in person by CRA for A&D, I mean, the logic behind the double wheel, I mean, it was very clear that it was a major failure. And what had happened, it seemed so obvious as to how the reviewer could possibly have turned it down. But with personal knowledge on that particular side of it, I had nothing to do with the write-ups. But I had some familiarity with the reviewer and what happened. It was a very strange situation. I'm happy to say that CRA has removed this reviewer from the process. But some very strange things went on in that. And I don't think that anything could have been done at that review stage status to change it, even though it was so obvious. Again, jumping to Mac and Mac, it's logical that you need to be able to replicate the results. Defeats the purpose, the whole purpose of the R&D program is that knowledge is created and people can learn from it. So again, a fairly logical result. The other one that we didn't talk about, and I'm not going to go into any detail, but that's the Tempora case. And basically this was just fraud, R&D fraud. And I think this is important to highlight, especially for a lot of the people out there that are in fact helping clients and such. I mean, at one point, I understand that there was a situation where a person just went in a whole city block and signed everybody up as R&D, and if CRA decided to audit them, they would just remove their claims. I'm glad to see that CRA has now prevented people from removing the claims and actually going to cases where they're actually prosecuting them. I think this will lead to a lot better claims and cleaner claims and get rid of some of these fraudulent SR&ED preparers, which will make the whole thing easier and better for everyone. So those are my quick comments on the various cases. If anyone else has any questions or issues, be happy to entertain them in the next 7 minutes, give or take.